Hi guys, Ray from Fan TV. Hope you're all well. That was a load of rubbish, weren't it? And I think my title of the video sums it up. You guys were all at Rodri out. I think Pep learned today to stop playing 2 DMs. No, sorry, it's not as simple as that. Pep's been doing that all season, okay? And it's on his head. I thought all of my weekends will be now. Yeah, it's rubbish. After link skills, what is Pep doing? Pep is asking to be sacked. Come out, negative setup with a freaking championship side. Really, Pep missed the roll up. Can't argue. It's all on Pep, not all on his net for me, but a big contributor individually to the man. This was the worst game of the season performances away of Ole Gundogan. Gundogan played all right. It was, Franklin, I can't say what I want because this is meant to be a clean channel. Get rid of Sterling and Rodri, buy a real winger striker instead. What's Foden? Look, it was, I changed my headline at the end. But it was going to be slow, boring, rubbish. And it was. To a man. Hi, Oasis Guna. Hi, how you doing? Garbage. JRX. Honestly, it wasn't even as good as that. It was pathetic, spineless. Effort. The effort, it was, you know, we've seen some really terrible performances in the last season and a bit. Last season, plenty of poor performances. And this season, it's just carried on the same. And I told you guys, all these happy clappers, all these idiots, these brainless fools who kept coming on and saying, yeah, oh yeah, we've got a game in hand. It's against Aston Villa. We've got a game in hand. Win that with 3 points off the top. I said, don't say it's not a gimme. Winning matches, games in hand is not an automatic 3 points. And I said, we're in 9th position for a reason. We were 10th before the game. We might have gone up a couple of places. We were there for a reason because we're not good enough. Get it through your heads, guys. We're not good enough. We spent the money. We've got the manager. We've got the players. It's not working. Why? Because of Pep. I've said, when you get it right, you're a genius. And when you get it wrong, you're an idiot. You're a fool. Kamal, why are we playing 2 DMs? Ask Pep. Get rid of Pep's centurions. Well, Away's predicting fifth. No passion, says Belito. It's Mahrez's fault. Yeah, Mahrez hasn't been playing good. No one has. No speed. Can't believe what we just watched. Cameron. The team players, they have no heart. Shambles, says Cameron. Cameron, honestly, guys, I'm not as polite as you. It's just the fact that I'm doing this stream and I want it to be clean. That I'm not saying what I really feel inside. Inside, I'm absolutely beep. Absolutely mad. Rubbish, Haj. Aki was rubbish. We aren't creative, always the same thing with Aguero. Shouldn't play in these conditions. Jesus is poor. We're not getting top 4, says Daz. Hi, Alexandros. A lot of problems. I was going to do a video today on the problems that we've got. Or yesterday. I just didn't have the time. I did that Bolt from the Blue podcast. I ran, they call it Ray's Rants. All these problems we've got. I've written loads down. Loads. It's just pathetic. Okay. I'll tell you about Aki. Okay. This is the reason why you have John Stones and Ruben Dias, because they can carry the ball. They can pass the ball. Aki couldn't. He's left-footed, and that's it. No long passes from Aki. No long passes and no carrying of the ball when you get a chance to go through a weak press. There's nothing. That's what John Stones brings. What did I say before the game? What did I say yesterday? You put your best team out. Right now, John Stones is in your best team. You play him. I said Jesus, okay? 7 games without a goal. That is not what you have as your striker. I don't care that he's better on the left or he might be better with it too, or it's Pep's fault. He's playing as a striker. He's not scored for 7 blooming games. I can't shout because it's 11 o'clock. Guys, I'm having to whisper. It's 11 o'clock here in France. Don't want to disturb your neighbours, but it's disgusting. We are creative, absolutely. JRX, I want Pep sent off for the red card when he was trying to steal it. Oh yeah, Pep. What a buffoon. What an embarrassment. Honestly. He's my manager and I'll support my club and all that. But what an embarrassment. What do you want more minutes for? Your team was crap. They couldn't score if you give us another 40 minutes. We could have had another 90 minutes of football. We weren't scored. We had the chances. Sterling, Bobbins, he's had his chances. He's not scoring. 1-1 in the 70th. Pep brings on Walker. Prithvi, I said I wanted Walker, okay? I don't want Cancelo playing on the right personally. I wanted Walker there. And I didn't have Mendy in my team because I wanted Cancelo. I don't know what to say, honestly. Why change the centre-back partnership that's finally working? Ask Pep. Ask him. All these games we've been comfortable. Why drop Stones? Pep is thinking with the team is pathetic. Yeah, I can. Oh, Prithvi. Guys, I'm not usually lost for words. I'm lost for clean words after that performance. I just knew we weren't going to score. And it's on Pep's head. Most of it's on Pep's. And Pep, Cheeky, Ferran, whoever you want to say, they've had the money. There's no question. I said we needed a striker in the summer. I said that. I said we needed a striker in the summer. A guy who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. Look at the chances we had. Once again, Pep will say we had loads of possession. Yes, we had several very good chances. I mean, Gundogan's header, Sterling's header, KDB shot. But we had problems all over the pitch. We were too slow, lethargic. We're just passing it around. Yes, I understand patience. Pep, and I said this, I'll say it again. Pep's system works with 2 CDMs if you've got the quality, if you've got the personnel in front of you to do the business. And we haven't got that. We haven't got that. Sterling is not the man. He's not been the man for more than one season. Over one season. KDB, greedy again. I said, you're greedy, it works, great. I'll cheer you to the rafters. Greedy and it fails, you deserve criticism. You deserve it. Absolutely, Haj. 75th minute, we should have had subs on after 60 minutes. What we were doing wasn't working. You change your system, you change your personnel, you change something. Ikram, look, West Brom has conceded 25 goals in the league. 25 in 12 games. They got battered by Crystal Palace 5-1. It's pathetic. What do you mean no chances? He had, in that first half, Jesus had one touch in their penalty area. One touch. It's rubbish. Yeah, Omar was better on the right wing. I'll agree with that. It was a terrible performance, says Daz. I would have booed if I was. Trust me. I was at home. I was booing. It was that bad. I was booing. at home. It's the wingers who are letting us. Cobby, it's not just that. It's Pep. I'm open and honest. It's Pep's insistence. In that first half, if you saw, I was watching obviously on Amazon Prime. There was a still where we had all our players within the penalty area in terms of that, how narrow we were. And look at the time when Cancelo put Sterling through, down the line, and he cuts it back. We scored. Look how easy it was. Other opportunities, we put the ball in the 6-yard area, we had no one there, or they were almost really good balls. But when you do that, it works. And we didn't do that. We're too slow. Mark, we're not winning the league. We become slow and predictable. And what's good, top ball will be a push. Cobby, I can't tell you about the inverted ringers, man. Honestly, I'll try and keep up with your comments. I apologise, I'm not going to keep up with them all. Spend the money, it's money, play football. It's rubbish, Bob. It's Bob. Chris, it's Pep. Pep has gone for this, after the Spurs game, Pep has gone for this negative setup. We haven't got the personnel up front to play that negative setup. Sterling is not the... I've been saying it from September last season. Sterling is not contributing. He got an assist today, but honestly, for me, most of that assist was the pre-assist. It was Cancelo's ball through to Sterling that allowed him to do that. Scott, get that assist for Gundogan. But Sterling is not contributing to the team. He's not. Sean, you lost the words. I'm struggling, man. Honestly, Man City, another result that isn't really shows how bad we need a striker. I said that. I said it in the summer. They knew it's on the board. They knew how long Aguero was going to be out. He's 32 years old. He's not getting younger. He's not getting fitter. He's not getting faster. He was useless when he came on. Look at that shot he had. I said to you guys before the game, he's not clinical. Look at the shot he had. When you need someone to bang it on the target, he smacks it high and wide. Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez, the best overseas striker. I'm not so sure of that. Aaron, our recent goal scorer in history from the past 6 seasons after 12 games is, it's just pathetic, isn't it? All right, I'm way behind you now. 26, 25, 38, 33, and now we have 18. We didn't, Cubby. We didn't. I've been saying that for ages. Franklin started to lose faith in Pep's decision, not expecting much. I can't argue with you. How does Pep not come out in full attack mode against? I can't argue with you guys. I can't. Right now, best manager in the world. There's no contest. Pep isn't in the equation right now for best manager in the world. He's not. He's far from it. Jesus and Sterling should not play Saturday. They should be pushing the coach rather than getting a lift to Southampton. Can you imagine what Southampton would do to City if Southampton are better than West Brom? If we play like this against Southampton, they are getting 3 points. Man City must spend. I don't think so, Bob. And if you keep writing the same thing, Bob, and I did read your last comment out, you'll get your 5 minutes in the sin bin. Pep looked like a headless chicken on the side. It's embarrassing he has to go. I'm not going to say Poch, but we have to do something. Shane, is it realistic now that City will play? Shane, we're going to win the Champions League, man. Behave. It's not all over. It's not all doom and gloom. Yeah, we're a point closer to Chelsea. Wow. We are relying on now Spurs and Liverpool getting a draw tomorrow so that we stay in. But you look at it, a poor United side and a West Brom side, and we're getting 2 points. Dragon Raheem Sterling was terrible. John were as bad as United. Yep. And Pep's as good as Ollie. It's time for this team to get into. We've been buying players. We've had an overhaul. We've got the last 3 summers. We've got Mahrez. We've got Cancelo. We've got Ferran Torres. We've got Ruben Diaz. We've got Nathan Ake. We've got 5 players. But I've been saying, and I'll say it again, we have not got first-team players. We've been buying squad players that don't fit Pep's system. Duke says Pep out. Wow. Close. Foden had chances to assist and he scored. Yeah, it's Foden. See, people have been asking for Foden to start. He didn't do out. He worked hard. I'll give him credit, but quality wasn't there. Zayn, trust me, Zayn, it is awful. Time for 2 world-class wingers and a striker. Copy. I said we need a strike. I said it before. If we had a top-class striker, we'd be top of the table. We'd have scored tonight. A guy good in the air. I'll tell you what. If we had Olivier Giroud playing for us tonight, he'd have scored 2 goals at least. He'd have scored 2 goals at least. He scored for Chelsea. Giroud is doing the business. He's 34 years old. I'm not asking for him. I'm just asking for a guy who can head the ball. Gabriel Jesus, he had 2 good chances. One hit did he hit his shoulder? He can't even head a blooming ball. Duke, I can't tell you why Torres isn't playing. I didn't mind the team, but I don't like the way it's set up. I don't like that at all. Has Pep fallen out with Bernardo? Surely. The thing is, Bernardo's not been performing. So I can understand why that's happened. I'm just going to have to, guys, put it on, and forgive me, but I have to put it on slow mode because there's just so many people here want to come in and have their say. Let me have a coffee because it's going to be a long night. Hey, guys, honestly, I'm gutted. I'm gutted with this gutless, lackluster performances. I'm sick and tired of it. We've had more draws this season than we had last season already. In the whole of last season, we had 3 draws. It's just horrible, guys. Right now it's horrible to watch. I'm not enjoying it, and that's the truth. And I bet you most City fans, they're not enjoying what they're seeing. When you win, if we'd won tonight, you're taking it. But I'm not enjoying this football. Bob, you can have your time. I'm bored with you, Bob. Okay. Jesus says that 3 Premier League goals when Torres, Fernandinho and Stones have started and none of them. But Look, he's had 7 games he's not scored. I don't care about service and all that. He's had 7 games. He's had his chances. Did you post to your mind that players, they don't want to play? I said this before. On the Bolt from the Blue podcast, they were asking me, Mike asked me, are you happy Pep has extended his signed an extension? I said, signing an extension doesn't mean you're going to stay. It's just to placate everybody. And it doesn't mean Pep's going to stay. There's a reason I wanted to answer badly with Benassa. Haj, I said I wanted a striker in the summer. A striker was more important than someone like Ferran Torres. And since we got Ferran Torres so cheaply, I wanted someone like Lautaro Martinez. Patson Daka would have been great. Anybody who's half decent. I went through a list of players, Milik. I went through Zapata, people in Italy who were 25, 27, Dybala and Lautaro Martinez, people who were 25 to 30 years old and 1 or 2 a bit younger. And I said, they can do the job for us. A proper striker who can head the ball, not like Gabriel Jesus, who hits. I said, half the time that Gabriel Jesus heads the ball, it hits his shoulder. Guys, I'm struggling. I really am. This is one of the worst, shocking performances I've seen under Pep. It is. It's the strategy. It's everything behind it. Mr. Roll-Up, you're right. Pep can't get the best from the players. As soon as I saw Mendy's haircut, what was I mean, I was hoping to joke about Mendy's haircut. What planet is that guy on? Gabriel Jesus is overrated after Ling. Yeah, I got to agree. Ball was bouncing for Aguero. None of our players can head the ball. When was the last time we scored it? Renzel, guys, I've got to say, if there's 85 people on now. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It costs you now to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up, guys. Let's get some thumbs up. Excuse me. How many corners did we have? I don't know. 8, 10? No clean headers. Teams work so hard on the training ground to score from headers. Yeah? And what do? We hardly ever score. It's rubbish. Man City need a strike. I said it in the summer. Silva, hi Ikram. Silva warming up last 2 games and doesn't even come on. It's pathetic. Ferran is our best striker at the moment, says Umar. VB Ahmed. Sterling really needs to get out, man. He's not the guy anymore. I won't be surprised if KDB may leave. Look, it's the team isn't good enough. Dickie D, same old, Sterling, Jesus try the same thing all the time. Yeah, it's boring. Sorry, I think Pep lost the locker room. So embarrassing and feeling dread of what's to come, says GRX. I feel Bernardo should have had a chance this Haj. Pep talking about 5 subs. Yeah, I do want Pep. Honestly. Second side of Sterling fluffing his line, says Cobby. I agree. Jesus is a passenger. He weren't great today. Stones was rested. I said, play your best team. Play your best team, Pep. Aki was really bad. Should have stayed at home if he wanted to play. Like he offered us night going forward, and that's what we needed. I also think he's nervous. Okay, but that's in a defensive capacity, But he isn't. He can't do what Laporte can do. He can't do what Diaz can do, and he can't do what Stones can do. Yes, I said I was glad for the. Addition, but I want him in a defensive capacity because he's not that ball carrying player, not yet. Sterling should have planted the header in. I don't blame Gundogan. He's not a forward. I agree with Ibi Ahmed. Gundogan scored his goal. Mendy did now for us. The problem is we are slow, ponderous, deliberate. We're passing most of our passes sideways and backwards. That's not possession. That's not possession worth having if you're not going to do anything with it. Why did Pep sign the contract? Haj, I think it's just simply to keep everybody quiet. No one's going to talk about his contract now. Whereas when he hadn't signed the contract, that's all people were talking about. Has Pep signed the contract? Why won't you sign the contract? Are you going to leave in the summer? So he signed the contract. No one's talking about it. It doesn't mean he's going to stay. Ivan Sterling out, overrated and can't score goals. I'm not arguing with you. Pep is beginning to look like a fraud. I'm not sure he's a fraud, but he's looking, my headline, clueless. Hi, Abhishek. Hope you're well. Gabriel Strikers, Jesus is overrated. Absolutely. Would you rather Spurs or Willow? We've got to have a draw. That's all. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Man United and West Brom, those are the games we should have won, and we'd have been challenging. Hi, Faris. Hope you're well, mate. In 12 minutes. It's bonkers. Pep got us so embarrassed, says Abdel. Why we played so narrow? I've been saying it all season. I don't understand why we can't drop players when they outperform performances quickly. It's Pep. He won't play at the port, which I agree with. Okay, he's not one of our two best centre backs at the moment, but he keeps playing Sterling. Keeps playing Gabby J. Gabby J has not scored for 7 games. I don't care what anybody's excuses are. He's not scored for 7 games. We could have got a 20 million striker. Had Zapata. Zapata scored a lot of goals, was it, for Atlanta? We could have had him. Milik, he was looking like he was leaving. Okay, it's Napoli, but he's an option. I'll loan somebody. Look at how much I would die right now for a 34-year-old Olivier Giroud, or a 33-year-old Cavani, or a 39-year-old Ibrahimovic. Right now, I'd cry for any of them because they're better than an injured, half-fit, unfit Aguero and a Gabriel Jesus, who's might have scored a reasonable number of games. This is Man City. You might have scored a reasonable number of goals. This is Man City. We need more. Mendy out, Mahrez out, Sterling bench, Walker bench. Look, for all his problems, I still say Walker. I want Walker and Cancelo. I still say I want that. I said give Sterling a go on the right. He looks much better on the right, but he still wasn't good enough. Prediction for Liverpool: Tottenham 1-1. Nagelsmann in. Can't argue with that, Bolito. If we have decent. Pep will not play the kids. We know that. So this is, it's all or nothing. All or nothing. We not going to KDB apart from the KDB's not been good enough for several games. He's not been good enough. After Lynn's skills, I said we needed a striker in the summer. For me, I didn't think we needed a creative attacking midfielder. I wanted a defensive midfielder who would take Fernandinho's place and do the job of Fernandinho that he used to do in that Centurion season and that formidable season. One man. We need one defensive midfielder. I fear if Pep actually says he will repel talent, says JRX. Today, Joe was on Pep Abhishek. I can't argue. Haaland would have scored 30 goals easily. We need... I'm way behind. We need a marquee signing, says 10 corners, no goals. Yep, Sterling really needs to get out. Guys, let me explain, okay? If you keep putting the same message in, you will get put in timeout. Simple as that. That was Sterling Aguero turning his back on the ball, yeah? Sterling should have planted the header, and I don't blame Gundogan. He's not. VB Ahmed, honestly, if I see another comment from you that's a repeat of before, you will get timed out. You'll get timed out. Long night, long season there, and even if we had Edin Dzeko, Haaland to City, 30-40 goals after Link. Forget spending for a second. Look at the players on that pitch. Only 1 goal versus West Brom. Pep is no longer getting the best out of these players. The players are quality, some world-class, but Pep, I agree, Ikram. Why do we insist on trying to cross balls to 5'8" strikers? I said it last season and the season before. We're making it extremely hard for us to get higher up the table, says Faris. Aaron, I didn't enjoy it. This season, I've struggled to watch City. I've struggled to watch football last season and this season, and this shocking display makes it worse. I can't argue with you after Lynn's skills. I said we should have done that. Nah, Dragon, I think we'll beat them, but play against a half-decent team will be out. I see the situation only getting worse because I fear Southampton will beat us with ease. Pep will be too stubborn to change things. We're a boring team to watch this decade. Can't argue with that. Since when does City play negative football? This season, Mr. Roll-Up, can't you see? 18 goals in 12 games. Blown the chance after weekend teams let us off the hook. And once again, typical City comes to mind. Absolutely. Look, the only slight positive is Chelsea lost 2 games. Okay, that's a slight positive, but we're not fighting for top 4. We want to win the league. Pep making Arteta feel better by playing slow, lackluster football. Milik would have been a decent conduit job at 6'1". Harge, I think he's had injury problems, but he'd have done the job. He'd have done the business for us, especially when we had no Aguero, no Jesus. This is on Pep and the board. Dale, how you doing, buddy? Put your money on the Saints. They will rip us to pieces on the break. Absolutely. Gabriel Jesus is a fraud. Zahed de Banu Patel. Pep out, not yet, Kamal, not yet. But how much longer can we go? How much longer can we do? How much longer can we do this? How much longer can we do this? Before I've questioned him, and I think I've got every right to. I'm a City fan. Anybody can question somebody, and I think it's legitimate because he's just doing the same thing, and it's not working. I said if you do the same thing again and again and again, and it doesn't. When people used to say Jesus is one of the best strikers in the Premier, he isn't. I bet if we had a real striker, Jesus would score way more goals. I don't know. Jason really said quickly, we used to play fast-paced football with everyone making movement off the ball to create chances. The tactics now are slow and predictable. That's why they block everything. Yeah, because we allow them to come back. Many was terrible. Abhishek says, boring slow football, says JRX. Too busy arguing with the fourth official, says John. Our defending from set piece. Our defending is, yeah, it's terrible. KDB needs to stop taking corners, says Omar. Mark Armstrong, last year it was a centre-back we clearly needed. This year a forward. How come we all see it and he doesn't? We needed it in the summer. We knew. Look, Aguero's 32. People gas Mendy up for being decent in games we win. When it matters, Mendy is nowhere to see. I've said this. People, the happy clappers are all saying that we're great against it. Look, the five teams above us that we've played, we've got 3 points. We need Haaland and Messi, says Jason. Exactly, just one touch football is gone, says Abhishek. When we did a few bits of one touch, we ripped them to pieces. When we move the ball quickly, we rip them to pieces. Do it all the time. Don't just, we spend 2 or 3 minutes just tippy tap, back and forth, back and sideways, backwards, and then we'll speed it up, and then we'll look dangerous. Why can't we just speed it up all the time with players buzzing? I can't understand it. Anis, I guess you should put Aguero over Jesus and Mahrez over Sterling. There's no arguments. And I forgot to mention Aki was awful. Well, I said Stone should stay. I said it. Don't take that away from me. No, Liverpool life, the money's not going to make any difference. We know how to break down teams anymore. We don't know how to break down teams. We do. We put the ball to the byline, like that Cancelo one through to Sterling, and we pull it back. Easy. We play like we've got all day to score and panic, then panic when we realise time's ticking. Absolutely dicky. Like, why is Rodri in the team apart from passing? He doesn't bring anything hard. Waste of time. Prithvi staying up to 3:30 to watch City draw against Rome. What a life. Look, it's 11:30 for me at night. And I've got work to do as well before I go to bed. De Bruyne seems not to drive forward and look for a pass. He's selfish. He's not a team player right now. When we get on the break, I don't feel excited anymore. I agree. Pep signed the contract extension since then. It's been negative and complacent. Terrible, says Sundog. I guess he should have put Aguero over Jesus and Mahrez. Guys, please don't say the same things again and again and again. You will go into 5 minutes of timeout. Draw to Leeds, draw to West Ham, draw to West Brom. A team that wins the league wins those games. I'm worried about top 4, let alone forget it, lads. Look, the thing is, you're right, Ikram. We should have got 6 more points. 6 more points puts us in the mix. There you go. If we don't involve, we get left behind. We've been figured out and teams are no longer scared. But GRX, it's not just that. I'll repeat, if we had Lewandowski up front, if we had Haaland up front, if we had Zapata or Milik, in my humble opinion, we'd be top of the table. Why? Because we're not letting many goals in. And tonight, the chance that Gundogan had in the box, the header, I think a proper header, a proper striker would score. The chance that Gabby Jesus or Sterling had, they score. Yeah. So, and the last game, the chance that Gabriel Jesus has, if that's a Lewandowski, Haaland, I think they score. Patson Daka, I think they score. So that's the difference. Torres' time for game time. I would have taken 34-year-old Mandzukic free agent and someone 6'3". Can't argue, Haj. Just to have him part of the club. Put Edison up front, Mike Belito. Yeah, we have to do something. Rodri's poor, can't defend. I've never liked Rodri. I was intrigued when he came because he's built up by the top people, but he's not done it for me. Zaheda and Banu, why is Foden playing on the left, a left-footed player? Why is Sterling on the right foot? But we've been complaining about that all season. We want to see Sterling on the right. If Sterling's on the left, he's not good enough. He's not done enough to deserve to be in the team. Graham, how you doing, buddy? We have become so boring and gone from being awesome to being average. Graham, we're bang average. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It costs you nothing. Just press that button, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up. Coincidence, Arteta left and our player has gone sloppy, says Alec. Yep. Faris, all of KDB, Mendy, Cancelo, Sterling, Aki, Foden were awful. Yeah, look, when we do if I bother to do the player ratings, there's not many, it's Gundogan, that's about it. We were 1,000 times better to watch last season. We were miles better last season. We were conceding goals, but at least we were attacking and aggressive at most of the time. Here we were rubbish. Pep will play Jesus with the side setting, but does he deserve it? No. It's been depressing this year. Franklin, Sterling, the least informed forward, and Pep. I can't argue. Honestly, it's pathetic. What do why we constantly putting high blots. I can't answer that, Graham. Okay, but look on that pitch tonight. We had Rodri over 6 foot. We had Diaz well over 6 foot. Okay, why aren't they getting their heads onto corners? Why are tall players getting their heads onto corners? Our corners are a waste of time. I think Torres is striking, Jesus is the winger. It might end up being that way. Do you feel Stones is better than Aki? Oh, miles better. Miles better. If City won European Cup, would you be happy? Alec, it depends what we do in the league. If we finish 4th in the league, I'm not going to be happy. Even if we win the European Cup, obviously you're going to be happy for winning that. But I want the league. Ryan, Rodri is one of the most players I've ever seen consistent when he set his shirt. He's played every single game this season. He started every game. Not Pep player, Baffa signed him. Well, Ryan, Pep wanted Jorginho before him, and Jorginho's the same type of player. It's not what we need. These players have slowed the game down. He slowed it down. He's offering us now. Internet against Wales says Pep out. He's not happy. Why we went all out for Rodri and paid it's after release because he's done bad business. Maybe 2 striker formation, we're not getting goals. The problem is, VB Ahmed, we have enough chances, and that's what's annoying me. Watched Rodri start on the weekend. Absolutely, he's played every game. Fernandinho did everything on his own. But Zahedi Rabanu, City was Centurions with Leroy Sané on the left and Raheem Sterling on the right. You've not got to play them on the opposite sides. That's how we played that season. That's how we played. And our fullbacks were Zinchenko and Delph on the left, Walker on the right. That's how we played. We scored 106 goals. So are you telling me that's wrong? Can't accept you, mate. You're telling me that's wrong when we smashed teams all over the place. Formidable season. We won all the domestic trophies. And most of the season, Sterling was on the right. Walker was on the right. Delph or Zinchenko was on the left. And Sané for first half of the season was on the left. So, sorry, mate. You can disagree, but those are the facts. Seems like our players value basic possession over creating chances. Yeah, but possession for the sake of it is a waste of time. I never heard of a team getting over 10 corners and not scoring a goal. While we play Sterling every week, keeps missing chance after chance. I've said drop him. I don't see the problem with the Rodri. I think we need him. He's not doing anything, VB Ahmed. He doesn't provide a screen for the defence. He doesn't. Okay, that's why we need a second person like Gundogan or Fernandinho to provide that screen. And he's not creative enough. So because of him, you need 2 players. You have 2 central defensive midfielders instead of 1. So you have 1 less creative player. Rodri isn't a creative player, and he's not a defensive player. So what is he? He's just get the ball, pass the ball. What am I, Kolarov on the left wing? I'll tell you what, Kolarov couldn't defend for toffee, but he's better than what some of the stuff we see at the moment. It's as if Pep thinks, look, but the thing is, Pep in the past has said, you can't have possession for the sake of it. You can't. Why he plays Sterling every week? I can't believe it. Cancelo and Sterling on the right, Foden and Mendy on the left. They were crowding the wings, no space. Rodri wasn't why we lost today. Let's be honest. No, it wasn't Rodri. I'm blaming Pep. I'm blaming the people who didn't get a striker. Gabriel Jesus, 7 games without a goal. That's not good enough. Abhishek's right. He offers nothing defensively or creatively. He just distributes the ball without imagination. I personally think we drew to West Brom due to their brilliance. No. It's not that. Look. We'll look at it again and say how many clear-cut chances did we have? Yeah, at least 3 where we should have scored 1. You cannot go missing big chances. You know, the Gundogan's big chance, Sterling's big chance. You cannot go around missing big chances and expect to win tight games. Silva's control and composure, Franklin, that's missing. I agree. Tell me one instance where our wing backs put a cross like Chilwell or Alexander-Arnold. Never. Man of the match. Oh, you really want me to? I'll take slow mode off, guys. Man of the match. I'll give man of the match to the fourth official. He's not, VB Ahmed. He's not an anchor. What's he anchoring? Yeah, he's not He's not good enough defensively. He's too slow. All he's doing is getting the ball, passing it, as someone said, unimaginatively. So why does Ronaldo play on the left and Messi on the right? Look, because they're good enough to do that. How about that? Because they're good enough to do that. Why does Trent Alexander-Arnold, a right footer, play on the right? Why does Robertson, a left footer, play on the left? That's the general way, okay? But I've given you the example that for those 2 seasons when we were really good, left wing, Sane, right wing, Sterling. We're not using the width of the pitch, which I've complained about most of the season. What did he get wrong today, Faris? He didn't use the width of the pitch. In my opinion, I said, put your best team out. You cannot. He underestimated West Brom. That's another thing he did. He underestimated West Brom and he overestimated our clinical finishing, lack of clinical finishing. I said, you put Walker on. Walker's pace on the right would have caused them immense trouble. Keep Cancelo on the left. Okay? Yes, they might come inside. I don't mind that. Keep them and make them play wide. Make them hug the touchline. Okay? I said Sterling on the right, hug the touchline. And I want, whoever you want on the left, Foden, Jesus, Torres, whoever. I would have had Jesus on the left probably and Torres down the middle. Because here's the thing. I think you give Torres a chance. He's a better finisher than Gabriel Jesus, than Raheem Sterling, than Foden, than Mahrez. So that's what I would have done. 2 DMs, you don't need that. I'd have had 1 DM. Okay? Me, personally, I'd have had Fernandinho. Why? Because I didn't think West Brom would get that many chances. And Fernandinho could have done that job on his own as a 35-year-old. So you have Fernandinho, you have 2 attacking midfielders, 1 in KDB, so he doesn't have to be greedy and try and do all the work. And 1, you could have had whoever you want. Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Foden, I don't care. A forward line of, for me, Jesus on the left, Sterling on the right, Torres down the middle. Okay? An attacking midfield of KDB and 1 other. As I said, that could be Mahrez, Foden. It could be Bernardo Silva. And 1 DM, or Gundogan. 1 DM, and that's Fernandinho. And that's it. That's all you need against West Brom. De Bruyne focused on his personal stats. Absolutely creep. We need to replace David Silva. It's one of them. Once again, I thought we could get by, but we're not. Do you think you'll say? I hope with Duncan. I said in the summer I wanted either Benassa. My first choice was Benassa as DM or Douglas Luiz. But I did say, it might be that I thought it would be a good option to keep Douglas Luiz at Villa, leave him there, let him have another season under his belt, and then get Douglas Luiz back at City. Aaron, I'm fuming, to be quite honest. The board should have been deeply ashamed of us as they have let us decline so rapidly and have given Pep an easy ride. Aaron, you are spot on. Spot on. I cannot disagree. What's Pep arguing for when he was added 4 minutes? See, Alec, that was just childish stupidity, foolishness. And what do you want extra minutes for? Because we ain't scoring. Mane was shifted to the left wing because of Salah. A season before, he used to play on the right wing. Well, there you go. Thanks, Abhishek. Dicky, look where Real Sociedad did. Second in the table, aren't they, on goal difference or something? Rodri's so bad in holding, so slow, can't defend or tackle. He's so bad there. I would have preferred he was converted into a centre-back and we get another holder on Fernandinho. That's what I said. Either play Fernandinho, get Benassa. Benassa! Gundogan, man of the match all day long. The second half, Gundogan was playing the 8 and Rodri was a single pivot and we didn't concede any counters. What do you mean he offers no cover? Cole, West Brom were doing nouts. West Brom offered nothing. You could have probably played there, Cole. West Brom offered very, very little. What counters were West Brom doing when they had 1 man up front and they were launching it to him? It just didn't know. Did anyone notice Foden or Gundogan putting in a better ball for the corner kicks? It's all rubbish. Not good enough. Nobody gets man of the match for that garbage, says Mr. Roll-Up. Man of the match, West Brom goalie, says Alec. Rodri doesn't protect the defence at all. Too slow horizontally. Oliver's right for not turning off that garbage. Well, that game weren't as bad as Derby, Alec. But look, we should have won both. It actually like ambition. Would you back a striker? I mean, if you could choose striker, Franklin, because against United, we needed a striker. We had 2 good chances. We didn't score. Okay, Mahrez and I mean, even Sterling's chance, which he created for himself. Sterling, Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, we didn't score with any of them. And I will maintain a proper striker would have scored against United, would have had the chances, would have made the movement, would have scored a goal. Tonight, a proper striker who can head the ball, I'm confident they would have scored. I would have subbed Mendy for Torres, says Cole. Ball the opposite. Well, it didn't work, Graham. We balled them and it didn't work. There's a flaw with what you're saying. Oh, what's this? I'll try and keep up. You can only play same-footed wingers on the flanks if you've got central midfielders coming in for the cutbacks. There's no one there. Well, that's one of the problems. But you did notice Sterling, right footer, cuts it back for Gundogan coming in, scoring. We don't have that energy. Yeah, I was talking the other day about Otamendi in the box scoring goals. Talking about unusual players in the... We don't flood the box anymore with 3 or 4 players. We look at even have one. Rodri best for La Liga, says JRX. If we could buy one player in January, what position? If I could buy one player, I'd get Patson Daka. Patson Daka for me. Haaland won't come in January. So if I was thinking there's only one person I can get in January, I'll get Patson Daka. I need someone to score goals. We don't have De Bruyne, Silva coming for cutbacks anymore because Gundogan is so deep and De Bruyne not there for cutback. Our midfield cannot hold the ball to what Silva provided us. Haaland won't come in January, says Haj. I agree, right? KDB probably rethinking about contract renewal. You never know, says Ikram. Thoughts on Jesus? Didn't do it. 7 games without a goal. Need I say more? Haj, you've seen videos of Zachary looks decent, better than Rodri's pace and can protect the defence. But that's not where our problem is right now. For me, Haj, the most important position we need to fill is the striker. We missed Fernandinho in front of the back 4 last season. We missed him there tonight. I'm guessing there'll be conversation going on. No, they will not. They will not. Pep has played Rodri in every single game this season. Every single game. And out of 12, we've won, was it 5 games? Yeah, 5 games out of 12, something like that. Or 6. Rodri was 68th for tackles in the league last season, 111th for interceptions. He doesn't protect the defence, and I've said it time and time again. The fact we need another DM to do Rodri's job shows that he shouldn't be in at the club. I agree, Dunk. I think Silva kept KDB on the check last season. Now that he's gone, KDB is getting greedy. Yeah, there's some of that. There's some truth in that, Prithvi. It's time for wholesale change in the team next summer. Tell Rodri and Jesus, they won't do it, Mr. Rolo. That's the problem. Even when he was not playing, he was not greedy. We are not playing correct formation. We're excelling 4-3 and De Bruyne playing right side. Yeah, I agree, Abhishek. But now we're just playing with one, and he's having to do the job of 2, and that means you end up being greedy. Was Rodri why we didn't score? Why don't we actually discuss why we didn't score? I've said it, Cole. Okay, there's many things. One, we didn't have a proper striker. Okay, we didn't have a proper striker. 2, we've got too many DMs. We haven't got as many creative. I said it from the start. We rely on 4 people up front instead of 5. Okay? That affects our creativity and it affects our effort, our energy. We've only got 4 players to do we've only got 4 players to do the press, to run around, get in the position, and to score the goals, where we used to have 5. One of the reasons for that is Rodri. So Rodri's taken away from our attacking intent because we need 2 players there. Who will take over the striker position after Aguero leaves? By the looks of things, it's going to be Gabriel Jesus. They said he's the heir to Aguero. Talking about new players, need new tactics. The problem is, Nick, I've said it before, the tactics that Pep's using, we haven't got the players to play those tactics. We haven't got good enough players up front right now, our top four, because they're the ones who we're relying on instead of five. We've only got 4 guys to do the business. When Silva was here, we had those triangles. We had the left, Zinchenko, Leroy Sané, David Silva. We had that triangle. On the other side, we'd have Kyle Walker, KDB, Raheem Sterling, triangle, and it works so well. It's all gone. And look, Yaya Toure is gone. Fernandinho's about to go. Okay, he's 35. Aguero's 32. Company's gone. David Silva's gone. We've lost 3 generational talents, and 2 others are almost finished. That's 5 players. Excuse me. Who have we replaced them with? That's of equal ability, or has a chance to be. Rodri? No. Mahrez? No. And we lost Leroy Sané as well. Don't forget that. There's 6 players. But I'm talking generational talents, kind of, legends of the club. Diaz looks like he could do the business. That's 1 player. We've lost 5 and we've replaced them with 1. That's a problem. Drop Rodri on Saturday, play 3 of De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Bernardo, front 3 of Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez, Fernandinho. Yeah, look, it ain't happening. Pep will go with the 2 DMs. Pep will do that. Oh, come on. If you're going to... I said if you do that, guys, you're getting a timeout. Now, we'll never know if you would have done it for us or not. I miss some of this. Mr. Roll-Up says, Rodri's not the only problem, but he's a major reason why we don't create chances, and he doesn't offer enough defensive cover to make up for that. Totally agree, Mr. Roll-Up. I'll pop that up there. Aguero has to start on the weekend for me. But Haj, let me explain something. Aguero started 3 games for us back-to-back, and then he got injured, and he offered us nothing in those games. In the 6 appearances Aguero's had this season, he's offered us nothing. He's offered us nothing. What can we say that has already been said? It's the same story in the season. It's the same story as last season. Same. I'm making some of the same points as I made last season about Rodri, about our lack of clinical finishing. Even though he's got 102 goals, I focus on the lack of clinical finishing because in games where we don't get many chances, we don't score goals. Why can't we go back to 4-4-2? Because Pep won't do it. Pep's picked his system and he's sticking to it. Delap, they're not going to pick Delap. Delap's back with the kids. He doesn't even get on the bench. If we need someone, Cole Palmer's there. If we'd wanted against United, we would be 1 point off for the same games played. There you go, Haj. And we're not. We're going to be at least 6, if not 8. I love Delap over Jesus any day. For Haj, I said it. Delap deserves a chance. He's certainly taller than Gabriel Jesus, I think. More aggressive than Gabriel Jesus. Better in the air than Gabriel Jesus. Why not? And it was boring, Mohamed. Totally agree. Our problem's very clear. Rodri is a problem because he can't protect the defence. He needs someone next to him to help with him. And with Gundogan, he's taking our creativity with an extra DM. I've said it all the time. With you, but he wanted us so bad to see him play up front. Yep, the club was forced to sell. Sané wanted to leave. He wasn't signing a contract. He was going. So that's the end of story. Same as Sancho. KDB keeps convincing even more that he's nowhere near David Silva's consistency, Faris. KDB is not doing his legacy any good. He's not doing his approach to legendary status any good. Oldgard have almost gone, yeah. What's happened to the old City? It's gone, Jacob. It's gone for them. Yeah. If that's the reason why we didn't score in the second half. One of the reasons is we didn't have enough players in the box. One of the reasons for that is because we've got 2 DMs. Even if you got 1 DM, and the tone was set. We can't change games up. Maybe it's time to move. It's never going to happen, Dickie, because you got Cheeky, you got Ferran and Pep. The 3 amigos. Pep doesn't want to play youth unless it's Foden. Some should be given a chance if seniors. You said that before, Ikram. I know you have. I'm still going, man. I'm 49 minutes, mate. Look, it's almost midnight. Probably. What do you mean, probably, Prithvi? Look, you get it. I give it honest. You know, if this was an afternoon game, I'd be shouting, screaming. Okay. I want my neighbours to come banging on the door and say, look, it's midnight, mate. Shut up. The thing about Ferran Torres, give him a chance. He's a better finisher than Sterling, than Gabriel Jesus. Patson Daka, he's your man. Patson Daka. Go and check out my videos on Patson Daka. Yeah. Even Patson Daka, he even tweeted to me, Patson Daka, the man himself, wish me good luck for hitting 3,000 followers on this channel, because I tweeted, I included him in the tweet. I said, thanks to him and the 2 videos I did them in October and November. And those videos started getting a lot of momentum in the last couple of days, since Sunday. And I said, thanks to him, I got a load of new subscribers and I broke through 3,000. And he wrote to me, wishing me all the best. That's really nice. I gotta say, that's really nice of him. And yeah, I'm a big kid, really. I'm in my 50s. I'm still a big kid, because I was dead chuffed to get that. And I just hope he does. I hope, go and watch his stuff. Go and watch Patson Daka and please watch Patson Daka and tell me if you think he's better than Gabriel Jesus. Tell me if you think he would flourish in this City system. Tell me. Aguero was rushed back for that run of 3 games. It was clear to see I didn't expect him to be back with the banks of Zikram. I said that. I said he's come back too soon. He needs more time. I feel Pep holds Foden back, says GRX. If he weren't alive, Foden would have left years ago if he wasn't a lifelong fan. That's what worries me about Delap, because Delap's going to say, well, if I can't play in a City side that can't score goals, when am I ever going to play? Didn't Sterling have a header that was saved by the keeper? Didn't Gabriel Jesus have 2 headers that hit his shoulder? He can't head the ball for toffee. It's not like Gabriel. He didn't have clear-cut chances, okay? But he had the 2 head. He did now. No, Cole, come on. Are you telling me Gundogan's header wasn't a clear-cut chance? Are you telling me that Sterling's header wasn't a clear-cut chance? He didn't get a lot of chances, but he had 1 touch in the box. Now, it's either Pep or Jesus' fault that Jesus had 1 touch in their box in the first half. Zahed Ebanu. Yeah, Rodri's not our only problem, I agree, but it's a massive problem because he needs someone next to him killing us in creativity up front, because if teams play 5 at the back, we only have 4 versus 5. I've said it many times. KDB's easily marked out of the game because he's alone in midfield, shouldering. That's it. I used to talk about United. Okay, I'm old enough to remember when United had, just clean my screen, United had a midfield that included Giggs, Scholes, and Beckham. Okay? Now, I used to say you cannot double team Giggs, because then you're leaving either Scholes or Beckham free. And because they had so much talent, and look, guys, these guys were, whether you want to argue about United or not, they were top world-class players. I'll say it. And it's very difficult when you've got 3 world-class players to deal with them. You can't double team. You can't just mark one out of the game. When we had KDB and David Silva doing the business, it's very difficult because besides getting into the half spaces, David Silva holds the ball very well. He threads the ball through very well. KDB puts wonderful pinpoint crosses in for the assist. So they were doing different things, but they complemented each other, and you couldn't just man mark or have 2 men on 1, because it wouldn't work, because somebody else would be free. When Leroy Sané was playing on top form, when Sterling was playing on top form, and Aguero on top form, we had 5 top players playing at the top of their game and playing world class. Let's get this right. Centurion season, formidable season. KDB was world class when he played, mostly the Centurion season. Aguero, world class. David Silva, world class. Sterling, world class. Leroy Sané, mostly world class. Fernandinho, world class. You had world class players. That's what created opportunities. That's what creates chances. That's what gets us goals. That's what, and they had the energy as well. You had Sane, even though he didn't like to, he put the energy in. You had Aguero running around. You had Sterling running around. KDB was 27. He had the energy 27. He always put, beans in. So we had all that, and it's gone. We've not replaced them with quality. Aaron, to me, it's becoming so hard to justify why Pep should stay. Where and what is the case? What benefit is he as a manager right now? His failures are now becoming indefensible. Yeah, I said it. If you're doing the same thing again and it's not working, you're going to get criticised. I understand. I've said this before. If we had a proper striker, I honestly believe we'd be on top of the table with a game in hand. A proper striker would have beaten, I think, would have beaten Liverpool. I think we'd have beaten Man United. We'd have won tonight. We had the chances. We'd have beaten West Ham. There's 4 games, and that's 6 points, 8 points. We'd be top with the game in hand. You'd be loving it. And excuse me, the margins are so small. A top-class striker, even a very good striker, even Olivier Giroud would be knocking on the door of top spot. Ikram says maybe our golden era is over. Well over. Ikram, I agree. I just want Pep to change his ways. Pep won't change his ways. Carabao season again, says Harch, could well be. Can't win. Wait to win an annual Carabao Cup. Aaron feeds. Aaron, you get a little bit of lag. You get a little bit of lag. I'm miles away. Joe, you're going to go back to watching Man United? Oh, come on, Joe. Is that the best you've got? Honestly, Joe, you've come on this late at night. And this is the best you offer me. Behave. There's no chance that Pep will change. There you go, Joe. I'll put you in a timeout. I'll be generous. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please, cost you a night, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up. Sane was better out wide than Sterling. Abhishek. Well, he wasn't brilliant in the second half of that formidable season. Right, I'll try and keep up, guys. I'll be surprised if we're getting silver. Well, JRX, we've got a chance. We've got to beat Arsenal, get to the semi-finals. We can do it. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Mendy. Yeah, I've said it. Mendy, it doesn't do it for me. Most of his passes are backwards and sideways. Yeah, Pep's not bothered about the academy. The academy is nothing to Pep. He's got no intention, no desire, no motivation to play the kids. He wants to play the finished article. Faris, look, you have to step. Look, I said we're not even going to get 100 points. You might laugh at me. I've not even looked at the table, okay, tonight. Let's say we got 20 points and we've got 28 games to go. So we've got 20, is that right? 28 games to go? No, we've got 26. 26 games to go. So how many points can we get? 78 more points. So the most we can get is 98 points this season. We're going to be looking to get 80 points this season, the way we're going. Don't think what's going on now will be going unnoticed by Calvin. He's patient and intelligent man, but absolutely Dickie D. I hope so. I'd love to be able to ask a question to Khaldun. How long are you going to accept this mediocrity? Last season, 81 points, not good enough. Getting dumped out of the Champions League, not good enough. And we didn't even get the FA Cup, which even that, for what they want, is not good enough. I've seen videos of Daka, the guy's machine, his work rate. Haj, I would love a stick. If I had the money, I'd get Patson Daka and put him in my back pocket. When I go and play five-a-side, I'd get Patson Daka right. He's that good. JRX, we can't even do the flat track bully trophy because we didn't beat West Brom. Joe Harvey, Joe Harvey's gone for a bit. Don't bother. If someone comes on and talks rubbish, ignore them. I'll deal with them. Only way Pep keeps his jokes if we bide our time and other teams drop a shed load. I'll forget that, Aaron. Come on. Honestly, Aaron, I wouldn't expect you to say that because there's a few people on the channel that I think put some really good comments up, and you're one. You put some long comments for me to go through, but we can't. I hope you're joking. We can't bide our time and hope other teams drop points. It ain't happening. We have to buy a class striker, Patson Daka. I'm all in on Patson Daka. Better players is that it fits the system than I was flying again. What happened until next summer for Alsa's Mr. Roll-Up? I'm sure I've seen that comment before. Pepe just incapable of managing our current squad. I agree, Aaron. I'm trying to keep up, guys. Has Pep lost the dressing room? Well, yeah, they don't care. I don't think so. GRX. The players look like they don't even know what Pep wants out of them. Pep is depressed. Wow, he's been more... Oh. Aaron, you simplify our play. That's what you do to compensate for the lack of quality. That's what great managers do. They adapt, react, and find solutions. Pep isn't doing it. That's it. I've said it. Pep is just doing the same thing. If I can see it, and my knowledge is rubbish, okay, I can see that it's not working. I can see if you do the same thing again and again and again, and it's not working. Why do you do the same thing? You have to. We haven't got the personnel. Whenever we go behind the opposition, we never come back. And I said this. I said, do you see us coming back like Liverpool did against Barcelona? No. Do you see us coming back like Spurs did against or whoever? Anybody coming back from a 2-goal deficit, like United. I said, what worried me about the derby? Because United come from behind to win games. We don't. We struggle. I think Pep time is up if we don't win the Champions League, says Robert. City have a lot of difficulties against teams who play defence, says Hamza. Yeah, but we've had this for 4 seasons, and they're getting better at doing what they're doing, and we're getting worse at doing what we're doing. What tactics and team would you pick? Daz, I'll think about that later in the week, honestly. It's too early to talk about that. The team lacks the leader. They do lack that as well. Failing to win at Southampton or high and flying, that's the league done. I don't see how anyone can tell me otherwise. Top 4 races, Ikram. We need to understand everyone will be losing a lot more. I agree, Cole, but right now, I see us struggling to get to 80 points. That's the truth. We keep saying Pep wants to play the Finnish article, but he was one who keeps Jesus. Yeah. I don't know. Pep's a conundrum. Pep's a conundrum where he wants people who are more the Finnish article. That's why he won't play. He won't play our kids. That's what annoys me. You get people like Sani in who's young. You get Torres in who's young. You get Gabriel Jesus in who's young. And you play them. Our own kids don't get a look in. Now, honestly, I don't honestly know if Liam Delap will make it. I don't honestly. So you have to rely on the manager and the coaches. You have to rely on them because they see the first team and the best academy players day in, day out. So I don't know if he's going to make it, but I certainly think he deserves a chance. Cole Palmer certainly deserves a chance, certainly deserves more of a chance than they're getting. Because, for that, you cannot have a striker playing down the middle who doesn't score for 7 games. You can't do it. Mr. Rollup says, Pep's main weakness is not a transitional manager, not suited to deal with the period of trying to replace club legends. I don't understand what's going on in Pep's mind these days, says Haj. Alistair, Saturday was bad. This was even worse. Absolutely. Saturday was lack of ambition. It was disappointing. But today, it is depressing. Guys, as I said, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Pepper's never done a team rebuild, says Jared. He's out of his depth, and Arteta is around to challenge him. We can't get Haaland in January. Okay? I said I don't think so. We need somebody now. We need somebody either as a stopgap, which is an older player, like your Martinez who's 34, or your Cavani who's 33, or whatever. Or a player who's doing the business, he's in good confidence, scoring. Yes, it's Australian Bundesliga, but he was playing a year ago. He was playing with Haaland, and they were both banging in the goals. Okay, and he was setting up some of Haaland's tap-ins. He did all the work. Haaland got the tap-in. He got all the credit. So, and he's more likely to be available in January, and he's going to cost us 20 million, opposed to Haaland's 100 million, and fighting with other clubs. You get him for Patson Daka. You get him now. Get him playing. The average standard points for winning the Premier is actually around 80 points. 90s and a lot. I agree, Cole. How many seasons? City got 100, 98. Liverpool got 99. So for the past 3 seasons, the requirements, it's been really high. And I don't think it's going to be 8. It might be 85 this season. It might be as low as 82. But are we going to get 80 points to where we're going? I'm not so sure. If we win every single one of our games, we don't even get, we'll get somewhere in the 90s. So we're going to struggle. Compare Benjamin Mendy. Oh, I like that one. To Reguilon, Chilwell, Robertson, Tierney, Van Arnold. We have the worst left back in the league. Yeah, absolutely. I said we should have thrown the wallet at David Alaba. David Alaba should be coming to City. He shouldn't be looking at PSG. Shouldn't be looking at Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Chelsea. We should be putting the pressure to get David Alaba at City. Haaland look, I said get them both. Get Haaland and Patson Daka. Because here's the thing, okay? Haaland, when he was with Leipzig, when he was with, I'm going to pull up his stats. You got to, okay? He's still only 20 years old, okay? Now, at Salzburg, he only played 16 games for Salzburg in the league, and he scored 17 goals. If you look at his full stats for Salzburg, that one season, he scored 22 goals in 28 games. I mean, he scored a load in Europe. Okay, in the Austrian Bundesliga, that season, he scored 14 goals in 16 games. He might have gone unnoticed if he hadn't scored 8 goals in 6 games in the Europa, was it Champions League or Europa League? So during in Europe, if he hadn't done that, okay, I'm just trying to see what league it was. Just trying to set. Can't see it. Okay, but if he hadn't done that, just looking at this. Give me a second, guys. I didn't say. But if he hadn't, he got 14 league goals. Sorry, 16 goals in 14 games. 16 goals in 14 games, okay? That season when he was at Salzburg. My man, Patson Daka, in that same season, okay, don't get carried away, in that same season at Salzburg with Haaland, Patson Daka scored 24 goals in 31 games. So Haaland played 14 games, got 16 goals. Daka got 24 in 31. And he's not playing down the middle. That's Haaland. Haaland's playing down the middle. And this season, he's played 7 games. He's got 7 goals in the league. Okay? In the Cups, he's got 4 goals in 2 games. And in Europe, he's got 2 goals in 6 games. This season, he's going at a goal a game. Over the last 2 seasons, he's played 60 games in total. In the Cups, League, and Europa League. 60 games. He scored 40 goals. 40 goals. Okay? For me, that's a cracking return. And he'll hit the ground running, Robert. He's got faith. He's got faith. He's got belief. I've seen his tweets today. He's very much into his religion, and I think that will give him the confidence and the belief and the faith. Look how Southampton are playing with a Hassan Huttl here. We have better players and a better manager, and somewhere below them, and a worse team. Says Ikram. Maybe the players aren't bang. I've said it before. You don't know. It's what's that, Alec? It's the relegation day. City are without doubt going through a transition, but some players we've seen a class who we to argue with Pep. Yeah, but Alec. You got to question at some point. Look what happened with Wenger in the end. And look what happened with, here's another one. Okay, you might be old enough, Alec, to remember Nottingham Forest. Remember Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough? And when they were sinking, they kept him. He stuck it out and he took them down, and they were in big trouble in the Championship. So you can keep someone too long. The problem is you don't know when it is too long. If we got rid of Pep, Hasenhüttl. Look, come back. Think about this. A guy can come back from his team getting beat 9-0 to comfortably be mid-table. That's good. He lost one of his important players in Højbjerg, who's gone to Spurs, and he's still in the top 5 or 6 in the league. You gotta be. Oh, Joe, that's it. End of you, Joe. We play too slow. The position gets. Yeah, that's why we don't come back. We're not direct. We're not quick enough. If we conceded the first, I generally think we would have lost Ikram. I said this to everybody. Go for it. Other teams have slipped up. Yeah, they slipped up, but they're still 6 points ahead of us with the game. We played the same number of games as the top 2. They're both 5 points ahead. Aaron, by that time until January, there is not going to be a quick turnaround yet. We have to get a striker in January. I don't care if Aguero's fit. The worry for me is if Aguero's fit, they'll say, oh, that's all right, we don't need to do anything. Or they'll say, well, Messi's coming in the summer. That's one of the reasons where we slipped up. And people said, is Messi going to be a distraction? Well, he was. I want Messi. But in the summer, we thought we're getting Messi. So we didn't get a striker. That's the truth. Mr. Roll says top 4 is best we can hope for. Ikram, when we keep looking at other teams. Oh. Results and hoping for them to drop points week in, week out. That's when I realised that the title race. Yeah. Ikram, I never said we were out, but I said we have to change a lot to be in it, and we're not. The only way we can fix things is to add quality. It's not, Aaron. I don't think it's the only way. Okay. For me, if you ask me, for my starting 11, and it worries me when I look at what we got up front. But for my starting 11, I would have Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Fernandinho, KDB, and I'd mix the second person between Gundogan, Foden, Bernardo Silva. Not Patch and David Silva. But I'd mix it, the second one there. Up front, right now, I'd have Torres down the middle, Sterling on the right, and on the left, I'd have Gabriel Jesus. But I'd also give Cole Palmer and Liam Delap a run as well. At least coming off the bench for the last 15, 20 minutes of games. Pep's philosophy is not working. Never plays the same team. 2 games successful. I think players don't understand him, says Hamza. Ikram says, I disagree. I think it's more on Pep. He could get so much more out of these players, but he isn't. But yes, I agree. We need a few players. But we've been buying players. We've been buying them not good enough players. United fan, it's a weird season, but it's a problem. Man City, Pep is finished. Well, he's struggling. That's only the way. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. The only way Pep can make it work is to buy new players. Diego, Pep was probably mad and stressed. He should be looking in the mirror if he's mad and stressed because it's his own fault. Pep has been at City for full season 2, have been successful 2, and about to be 3 have been awful for the money spent. I can't argue. Man City, Palmer dropping points to West Brom. Well, it's not great. Then Pep needs to make substitutions early, says Mohamed. Look, he doesn't do it, and that's frustrating. We should have had something out within 6 minutes. Zaheb Debanu, I've read that comment 3 times. I've read it out. Okay, I've read it out. Please don't spam it because I will just put you on a timeout, 5-minute timeout. Walker, best right back in the Premier this season? No chance. Okay, no way at all. The academy doesn't exist, says Ikram. Without personal changes in quality signings, Pep will never be a success. I agree, Aaron. I don't think he's going to change his ways, so he needs quality. We haven't got it. You know, when you get to a point, there you go. I got bored. I get bored with people. And VB Ahmed, just had enough. I think we need we need a goal scorer. If we get Haaland and Daka, I don't want Messi. He's going to be washed out soon. Cole, I always say, why are we worried about the money? Okay, why are you worried about how much Messi is going to cost? If we can afford him, what's the problem? I don't care if Messi is going to be washed out in 2 seasons. I'll tell you why. Okay, this could be our front three next season. Messi on the right, Haaland up top, Pasandaka out left. Or we could have, what I would like, Ismail Benassa at DM, KDB and Messi in front of them. Yeah, up front, Haaland, Pasandaka. And who cares who the one is? Aguero, whatever. So we've got a lot of opportunities there. We need Oasis, Robert Robinson. Wasta says we need a striker and an attacking midfielder. Torres must start games. KDB is the captain. His jokes is Man City Portmore. The problem is right there. Pep gets it wrong too often. He's too stubborn to change. We are not going to succeed because we will not get that systematic change we need. It's true. We're not going to get the players that we used to have. You've got to go through the cycle. And he's not doing it. He's changed the system to have the 2 DMs and okay. Here's the thing. Answer this question. Do you think 2 DMs could have worked if we had a KDB, top of the form Leroy Sané, top of his game Aguero, top of his game Sterling on the right? That for me works because we've got exceptional quality, but we haven't got Sané. Aguero's gone. He's injured. Sterling's far from top of his game. Sterling is not in the top 10 forwards in the Premier League. He's struggling to get the top 20. People might laugh at that, say you're talking rubbish. I'll just say it very quickly. I would have Harry Kane and I would have Son from Spurs before, and Bale. I'll probably have Bale. Okay, let's not go that far. But out of those 2, Liverpool, I would have Jota, I would have Mane and Salah above Sterling. There's 5 for you. Would I have Rashford? I'd be tempted. Let's put Rashford in. That's 6. Werner? Probably. That's 7. Giroud? Definitely. But he's a different kind of player. But that's 7 players already I'll have above Sterling. And that's just from the top few. I've not even looked at Leicester. I've not looked at who else haven't I looked at who's up at the top. But that's 7 or 8 players already. Sterling's going to struggle. Jesus needs to be on the wing. None of our wingers can take on players in the one-on-ones. His Wasser. Pep should be sacked because he's not playing the academy. I don't think that's the thing, Robert. Ikram says, I prefer Jesus at left wing. So do I. He knows how to be a player and he will do the required defensive work. Absolutely, Zahid Debanu Patel. We miss a opportunity to cut the gap. How can we be dropping points at home? Look, Chelsea lost 2 games. Yes, we made 2 points on them, but this was a big chance these last 2 games. We would have been in the mix. Football is harder, though. Right? In the days of Clough, they had shorts down to the knees, Nova, and awful pitches, different football. But it's true, Alec. The point is, I don't know if you're trying to just mess me around, Alec. The point is, when Forest were going down, they stuck with him and he took them down and he carried on stumbling in the Championship. We don't need a winger, says Robert. Mate, it's not just putting the best players on the pitch. Tactics matter. Absolutely. I said it from the start. And I said it for a while. We haven't got the personnel to play the current system Pep wants to play. So Pep's tactics don't work for our players. Sané was a big loss, Mohamed. The Sané of the Centurion season was a big loss. The Sané that we had at the end wasn't. Jazz says George Graham's Arsenal were more entertaining than City. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. Man City Portmore, 2 DMs. Yep, 2 CDMs against the West Brom at home. If we had Tom Smaller, we could play 2 DMs, says Cole. Are you saying we should sack Pep if we are a disaster? Well, Alec, we're a disaster right now. At some point, you have to say enough's enough. Now is not that point. But what's your point? If Pep takes us down, are you still going to say keep him? If Pep finishes 10th in the league this season, wins no cups, are you still going to keep him? I don't think they'll keep him. If he finishes 10th and we win nothing, he'll be gone. We need something that works for now, Aaron. Absolutely. What works for now? Put Walker on the right, put Cancelo on the left. Don't mess about. Put your best team out week in, week out. Stones and Diaz. Put Fernandinho back as a DM. Play let's say Gundogan and KDB as attacking midfielders. And play 3 guys up front. I still have him over Sterling right now. I think you might say he's been trashed, but he scored a few goals. I'll tell you, Riyad Mahrez just has an odd good game, and then he plays rubbish after that. Why do you think Pep is not able to get the best out of players? He's the reason most of them are world class. He's the one who developed. No, Faris, KDB was world class before Pep. City need a coach, not a clown like Pep. Thank you, Premier League fans. You can have your 5 minutes of fame. If we took our chances, we'd be top. Faris, I said it. But to take our chances, we need more clinical strikers, which we could have spent 20 million and got somebody. I said, if we had Olivier Giroud playing up front, we'd be top. What was Guardiola's reason for playing double pivot, Rodri and Gundogan against West Ham, who have not even got pace to counter? The reason, because he's playing that all the time now. Because, as I said, I understand it, reluctantly accept it, because last game we played with a double pivot. Next game we're going to play with a double pivot. So why don't we play that so the guys get used to it? But I also said before the game, we haven't got the attackers to do the business, and that's where we're struggling. If he doesn't realise that he knows our defenders are better. He knows that. Why do you think Pep played 2 holding midfielders? Generally asking, can you think of why you played 2? Well, that's my answer. Because that's the new system. That's the new system, is 2 holding midfielders. And because that's the new system, he's going to keep playing it. It doesn't automatically mean it's going to work. Then we give Pep a new contract because of Messi, says Mohamed. Get rid of Rodney for a Ferner-like player, Sterling, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, and bring in Messi, Haaland, and attacking midfielder. Well, we're not going to make a lot of changes. Why do you think he played Rodri and Gundogan as holders against his West Brom, which hasn't got countering? I've said that because he's picked his system and he's sticking to it. Pep needs to put some just into his backline and stop sacrificing an attack to provide extra cover. Playing Cancelo on the left forces Pep to make him play almost like another CDM, given his preferred right foot. Limits him, says Diego. Zinchenko's injured. Right, guys. I'm going to hit the sack. It's nearly 12:30. Guys, I hope you have maybe not a good evening after that performance. But yeah, anyone still new to the channel, please give us a subscribe. You know, it's 12:30 in Paris where I am right now. So please give us a subscribe, guys, and hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you. One more question quickly. One more question, because I'm going to bed. Going to bed, guys. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow. See you around, Blues.